Hey, so today's lesson is going to be on a Lightnin Hopkins song, a great one called What Did I Say? The tuning of the song is standard tuning, and that's all you've got to do to get all set to go. I'll just go through the song once and then get into the lesson. So yeah, that's a little bit of a taste of what you'll see in this in these next few minutes here. So the song kind of starts out, well, I guess I can kind of backtrack that this whole song, he kind of has like one way of getting through the blues. Like he'll just have these like same recurring licks. These pentatonic classic Lightnin Hopkins licks, but yeah, he'll have just a few variations around him. So yeah, starting out with the intro, I think the first chorus actually happens to ironically be the one chorus where he plays some different stuff. So scratch everything that I just said. So yeah, it'll start on kind of like a power chord. You can just bar the second frets of the 5th and 4th strings. And then what you'll be doing with these two notes is you'll be grabbing the 5th fret of the 5th string and kind of pulling it down and bending it. That's kind of the move, right? So now what's happening on your right hand, I think one way that would kind of be a good way of thinking about it is that really the notes are the bottom string hitting the bottom string, then hitting that 2nd fret of the 5th string, hitting that bend, and then maybe catching a bit of that 2nd fret of the 4th string. But the point is that most of the actual notes are off of the thumb, and the reason just pointing that out is just because you can then sort of just treat this 2nd fret of the 4th string as almost just like a little in-between note that you can add in. So you can just go. That's one way that works. So you can go. See that? So it's downstroke, in between, then 2nd fret of the 5th string, in between note, bend on the 5th fret, and then you can finish it out with just your thumb coming down. So it kind of adds that. And then from there you can sort of leave out certain beats and but the idea is that you've kind of got that. It's just this sweeping thing is more just something you can add in between for some bounce, but you don't really, I don't think you really need to think about it from like what beat do I hit the treble. I guess in this case this is sort of like the treble note and stuff like that. It's just something, or you can kind of pinch it. If you pinch it, it's almost like you're kind of like, you can kind of play around with some of those things. But yeah, that's pretty much that. And then you're doing the exact same thing, all one string up, and then coming back down. And when you're doing some of those rhythmic sort of, if you just use your fleshy part of your pointer finger, it can kind of like, you don't really get friction on the string. You can kind of just bounce and just kind of not get too tangled up in the strings. And then to end it, he goes just a pentatonic type of thing, sliding into the 2nd fret of the 5th, open 4th, and then sliding back in, open 5th, 3rd fret of the bottom, and open. So it's yeah, if you wanted to do that, you just hammer into the 4th fret, 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then to finish it off, he does this kind of turnaround. And now what that is 4th fret of the 3rd, 3rd fret of the 2nd, open top string. And what he's doing is he just moves this down. It's kind of that old, or it's just that, except Lightnin Hopkins is sort of leaving out the top string. The thing that kind of makes it sound like the way he does is the way he strums it. And if you kind of learned how to do this, where each one of these sweeps is just serves as an in-between note for the thumb, then that move, like, that in-between strum syncopated kind of move is the same as what he does here. Because he's going 3rd string with the thumb and then sweeping down with the pointer. So it's kind of like a right hand or picking hand type of thing. So that's kind of the move, and that's the first chorus. Now the next chorus is pretty much what he does for the rest of the song. And what he'll do is he'll go like this. That'll be the part where he'll go. out on the 5th fret of the 2nd, or you can go open first, and then a bend on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, but he just kind of plays around with those two notes, so that's really the idea. And once you kind of get comfortable with that, then just knowing it's Lightnin Hopkins, just know that you can kind of add another layer to the onion anytime you want, and use both the open top string and 5th string, and just use that slide. And then from what he does from there is he'll kind of go like this. Well, anything you kind of want to fit in that time slot, but generally it's kind of like him going down the minor pentatonic scale. So into the 5th fret, to the 3rd fret of the 2nd, to the 5th fret, 4th fret of the 3rd, and then down to the 2nd fret, and then maybe open, and then maybe just kind of going back up for a second. So that's really it. So altogether, this new chorus goes like. And then you land into the 5th string open and play this chord shape. It's the 2nd fret of the 4th, and then you can kind of do open 3rd string, 2nd fret of the 2nd, 3rd fret of the top string, and then he'll just play this, strum this out for 2 bars, couple bars. Or I guess that's 4 bars. And then he'll go play a dominant chord on the 1 chord. So you can go, so E7, so that's 2nd fret of the 4th, 1st fret of the 3rd, 3rd fret of the 2nd. So from here I'll go play a B7, and what you can do is just go 2nd fret of the 5th, 1st fret of the 4th, 2nd fret of the 3rd, open 2nd, and then you can go 5th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string 2nd, or just some kind of shortened version of that. So yeah, you got and then he'll do this. So just like you were just like in the first chorus, you're doing, and then you were just doing, It's really just the same thing up here. 12th fret of the second, 10th fret of the top, 12th fret, and then sliding down to the 10th fret of the second. Then the 8th fret. Or maybe it's not a slide. And then 9th fret of the 3rd. Then what he'll do is he'll go. Second fret of the 3rd, pull off, hammer onto the 1st, and then top 2 strings while holding this 1st fret. And then he'll go a bar across the top 4 strings, 2nd fret, top 3 strings, top 4 strings, 2nd fret. String open, and then back to that E major, and then to the B7. So altogether that whole chorus goes something like this. Now, he'll pretty much do, now we'll do another example chorus which sounds exactly like that one, except there'll be one difference at the turnaround. So that's pretty much the entire song, but now I'll show you one change that he'll do at the turnaround, and then also one change he'll do during the beginning of it. So just starting with the change on the turnaround, let's say coming out of the 4 chord. Before, what he did was he went up here. But now, instead of going up here, you can just use this 4 chord. So you can see he's combining stuff he's already used. So you got the 4 chord. Remember this chord. A7, 5th string open, 2nd fret of the 4th, open 3rd, 2nd fret of the 2nd, 3rd fret of the top, bass note on the 5th string, sweep up on the top string, and then do a pull off on the 2nd fret of the top string. Then pluck the chord on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string. Open top string with the rest of the chords still fretted. And then slide into the 5th fret of the 2nd string while hitting the top string open. And then you can do that same Lightnin Hopkins outro. So that's the difference. Alright, now So the only other difference now is going to be the intro that he plays on one of the choruses. So you know that "what did I say" thing where they'll go. What he's just doing is he's going bottom string open, and then what I'll kind of do, as if you're already getting ready to play like a boogie type of thing, is I'll just bar across the top 5 string 2nd fret, so that if you go through the bottom string, you at least happen to hit just a power chord. You're almost kind of like kind of watching out for yourself in case you strum through the chord, because at least if you accidentally catch some of the other strings, it'll sound like a chord. But then the other thing is it also gets you ready for the notes that you're about to play, so you can go, and then you can go 4th fret of the bottom string, and now you kind of almost want some of these, the 5th and 4th strings, to ring out. And I'll kind of hammer into that. And then you hit the 2nd fret of the 5th string, which is already held by the bar. And then I think all he does is really does something like go to the 4th fret of the 5th string. And then from there, what he does is he just goes straight into the 4th chord.